welcome back for Tuesday's edition of your daily dose of medicine or fun, however you like to classify it. As always, starting with those 10 belly breaths, allow yourself the grace and space to set aside 30 to 45 minutes just for yourself, kind of try to shut the outside world out that time. If we've got a PVC pipe, great. Empty barbell would work, a broomstick, kind of whatever you've got, but this is gonna be our friend for our warm-up today. So we're gonna put our heels underneath our hips, and we're just gonna twist 1, 2, 3, 4, to get to those 10, and then 10 oblique bends, 1, 2. Big priority with this is to try to avoid the hip shifting, and think about physically leaning over your hip bones. From there, we're going to leave PVC pipe in place. We're going to get soft in the knees, let the chest come all the way parallel to the floor. Remember, when we do good mornings in our warm-up, we're actually going farther than we would if we were loaded. But being that we are unloaded, we're just trying to get some movement through the spine here. So 10 of those, we're going to do that for 3 rounds. A nice, simple, just kind of getting the joints moving and flowing today. From there, we've got some pre-workout strength work. Single leg deadlift, ideally is going to be done with a kettlebell. If all we have is a dumbbell, no problem. Go ahead and grab that and use that for today. We're going to go same arm, same leg. So we want to stay balanced, opposite foot. The goal is to have, if I'm on my right foot, to have my left foot stay off the ground for all 10 reps. So we come down, let the knee have some room, so avoid blocking that leg out. If we lock the knee out, it's really going to make it difficult to not lose your balance. So let that knee kind of shift over the ankle. From a counting standpoint, every time we come down, we touch 1, come back to full extension, leave opposite leg off the ground if we can. 2, you can see there, if I start to lose my balance, I can regain it in that bottom position, really force the glute to open back up to get me off the floor. From there, we're gonna go into 10 banded side shuffles each direction. I find the easiest way, if we don't have a hip circle or a band that is specifically designed for this, if we go ahead and stand inside the band, and then we essentially create an X with the band, soft in the knee, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to 10 step each direction. We want to make sure that we don't kick the foot outside of the hip. Instead, we lead with the kneecap so that when we stand, the knee is stacked over the ankle. 10 each direction. We're going to do that for 3 rounds before we get into the fun stuff, which is our workout of the day. The workout of the day today is body weight, high skill based. So we've got 10 pistols, which is a single leg squat, 100-meter run, double under with our row. So let's talk about our pistol progression. So a pistol essentially is a one-legged squat. We're looking to get that full range of motion. It's something that I'm still working on, so I'd love to just hop into these pistols and just look like a badass, but I'm just not there yet, right? I'm working on it. Just like you, I'm a work in progress. So progressions for a pistol. We're going to start with our feet together underneath our hips. From there, we're going to look to get the hip to crease the knee and come back to a full standing position. You can see there is some balance needed for that. If that is too easy, the next progression is going to be taking the top of my laces. I'm going to grab the outside of the opposite foot, and from here again, we're going to look to have the hip crease the knee and come back to that full standing position. Obviously, a little more unstable there, more balance needed to get through that, so that will be our next progression. From there, we would go down into a freestanding pistol. I can show you one that's probably not going to be full range, but we want the opposite foot to stay out front. From there, we would head down until the hip would crease the knee and come back up. If I head down, I'm not coming back up. So one way that we could modify that from a depth standpoint is coming to a box. If I decide that this is the route I want to go for modifying my pistols, I'm going to leave all that weight solidly in that back foot. I'm going to touch the box. That doesn't mean I'm going to get relaxed and let my foot come off the ground. I want all of that weight to stay in that foot, come down, touch, and head right back up. The lower the box is, or the target is, the more challenging that becomes. So that we are pistols. Our double unders. Goal is you jump once, rope travels under you twice. So when I think about doing a single under, I am tall, my ankles, hips, knees, shoulders are all in a straight line. When I go to do a double under, I need to maintain that. Essentially what I'm looking at happen is more height off of the ground, and my wrist is going to have to travel twice as fast. So let's see how this goes. Single under, double under. Positioning stays the same, height, wrist goes faster. If we are doing the capacity today, or the other equipped, 20 box step-ups. In this case, I'm going to have a dumbbell in each hand. You could have a kettlebell, you could have a barbell. Use what you've got. Box height. When we talk about doing step-ups, in the CrossFit world, we have a tendency to default to 24 and 20 because those are the standard heights for jumping. But when it comes to stepping, our main priority is trying to get that hip crease below the knee. This box is a 16-inch box versus a 20, which would be a jumping box. Gets my hip below the knee, would be more than enough depth or height in this case for a step up. We're looking to have this hip and knee fully extend before the opposite foot joins it. So we're going to come all the way full extension and then touch. Versus a lot of times you'll see people get kind of 2/3 of the way, add the second foot and then stand. We're doing ourselves a disservice and not getting that full range of motion for the step up. From there, we're going to go into 40 toe touches. If you've got access to go somewhere and do a quick 100-meter run, you can do that as well. But our toe touch, it could be to a dumbbell, it could be to any other target, but we're going to come in 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just light little toe touches, and then we're going to grab our jump ropes and complete that with 60 single unders. Both workouts today are a 12-minute AMRAP, so as many rounds as possible. From there, we're going to go into our finisher, which is going to be some smashing and some stretching. So we're going to do a 1-minute calf smash per side. So I like the handle of a kettlebell. If we've got a lacrosse ball, we can use that, a dense foam roller, but we're going to come in and really push down onto that handle, taking that leg left and right. If we want extra pressure, we can bring our leg over top and really push down. Clearly I've got some gnarliness that I need to work out. From there, we're going to go into a 1-minute cobra hold. Ideally, we'll be able to keep our hip bone in contact with the ground, or kind of as close to the ground as we can. If you feel a ton of pinching in your lower back, ease off. Right? We may only need to come down to the forearms. That may give you enough of a stretch. We always want to make sure that when we're doing finishers that we don't cause more damage than good. So that is our fun for the day. We'll see you guys back for Wednesday.